Day 8. Doesn't seem long ago. I was saying day 4. Obviously it's 4 days. I've just worked that one out for myself. But I've got 3 days to go, and I'm leaving Rosniger, tides out. It's a nice town. Very nice, nicely kept. So I'm walking down to the Newborough Forest today, or Newborough Sands. But I'm actually stopping off in Maltreath, which is just before there. That's where I call my pickup. And it just turns out that the lady who was running the Driftwood B&B here, where I stayed last night, which is very good. Her daughter runs the pub there called the Joiners Arms, so I'm going to get a pint in there. It's only about 20 minutes before the end, so that's something to look forward to. In the meantime, I'll be walking past the Rosniger racetrack, making my way down to Aberfoyle, all along the coast, and there's no inland sections today until I get towards the end and I make my way across to the forest. So, first beach of the day, crowded again as it's been all week. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the beaches just keep coming and coming and coming. Someone having a cold swim down there. And there's the next one. There's a guy coming running up behind me, so I'm just going to get out of the way. Oh, interesting little stop off at the top of this little hill. Barclodiad Gowers. It said it's decorated stones within the burial chamber. I don't know whether you'll be able to, I'm guessing that's what some of these are. And there's a light going on over there as well. There's your burial chamber in there, fascinating. And they just keep on coming. This is another one of those sections of the path where it comes away from the coast and we've got to cut inland. Just basically to cut this headland out where obviously they haven't got the permission to take the path all the way around. Again, you can see the Snowdonia Range in the distance. And I think just beyond those houses that you can see, I'm just making out the noise of either bikes or cars going around the track. So hopefully we'll be there soon and let's see what we can see. The racetrack entrance, it's got like a nice flat top up there with the railing, so maybe I'm not getting too close, but we'll have a look when we get around the corner. This is as close, I think, as I'm probably going to get to the circuit. You can see all sorts of cars going around. Here's a great shot of what's known as the sort of floating church. It's obviously when the tide's in, it looks as if it's floating on the water on a little island, but you can obviously see the ground underneath it today. It's nice to see, and the racetrack's just at the top there. Didn't really see many more of it after that last bit. So I'm going to carry on this next headland, I guess. Somebody snorkeling there with a float. First one of those I've seen. Look how calm it is. Marvellous. That's Treath Mower ahead there. And that's where I'm going to start cutting inland up the estuary and make my way into the little town or village of Aberfoyle. And then basically I'm heading across land then to Newborough Forest. I still hear the jet fighters coming up the valley, even this far down. Just cut through this gate. Well, this is the bridge that we cross the inlet. I might just pause in a minute and walk up into the village and see if I can get a cup of coffee. No, there's a pub up there though. So I might take a left up here in a second, see if I can find somewhere rather than carrying on. Might as well take the opportunity. Sad face. It's Tuesday and the cafe don't open till Wednesday. I don't want a cup of coffee that much. I'll move on. So I'm now going to move out down the side of the inlet. This is the signpost here where in the winter, which is the way I'm going now, albeit it's not winter, this is just cuts the headland off because it's tidal. But when I was talking to AD about planning this section, he says you're actually doing one side of the corner, one side of a square here rather than three sides, going around the other side, and they all meet up at the same point, so it seems a bit daft really. So I'll take the easy road and I'll let this tractor past. This is turning into be one of those sort of dull parts of the walk of the week. Lots of tarmac for a fair bit. And now it's just there's no footpath in this section, so I'm basically just following the road pretty much all the way into Maltreath now. But you know, that's what it is. It's not all lovely seaside cliffs and things, but you know, every blessing in disguise, eh? There you've got your red kite. Perfect. See, that's cheered me up. All that quite dull section's finished now. I'm pretty sure I'll take a path down. Yeah, there's my sign. I've got, according to if I've read my map right, I've got about a kilometre down to the water side on the estuary, and then once I hit the water, about a kilometre along land into Maltreath itself. So let's keep pushing on. Well, that's a sight for sore eyes. Back on the water's edge, heading my way into Maltreath, past some quite tasty houses. Keep binoculars on, who knows what we're going to see. I arrived in Maltreath about an hour ago, no, probably about an hour and 20 minutes ago, and I had this recommendation to have a pint in the joiners just across the road there. But the people that made the recommendation didn't know that it didn't open till 3 o'clock, so I've been sitting there waiting. So I'm just leaving now and going to do the last stage down to the forest car park where they're going to pick me up. So I've just walked across the estuary through this gate and then basically just follow this causeway down into the forest in the distance, and then that'll be it for today. I've had me pint in my crisp soap, so happy days. This is called Maltreath Pool, and it's like a class as a national nature reserve. A few seabirds and a few ducks and things, but not a great deal else going on at the moment. This all here is the River Kefney estuary, quite massively wide, but I'm actually heading to Newbury Forest, which is going to take me today, well tomorrow really, sorry not today, I'm arriving at it today, but it's going to be walking through it tomorrow around to Foyle Farm, which will be my penultimate day. But Newbury Forest in Newbury Sands is quite famous on the southwest corner of the Anglesey island, so it'll be good actually exploring it inside the forest.